Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this lovely bracelet using Czech glass Dobble beads, top drilled drux, and Czech glass wheel beads. So let me go through everything that I'm going to be using in this bracelet, but I first want to point out that these wheel beads are really kind of neat and they come in all these beautiful colors, and I want to pour one out for you really quick here just to kind of show you how they look. And they're nice and tiny, and they work really great like little spacer beads in your designs. So we have all these colors, like I said, and they're really fun. Some of them are sort of coated on one side. Some of them have a beautiful luster. So really you can pick and choose and use them as spacers in many of your projects. So for this design, I'm going to be using the white luster chalk and the full Labrador, which is like a silver color, very pretty. I'm also going to be using some Czech glass beads, and these are the Matabus, and they are the 7 O's. I also have here, like I said, some of the top drilled drux that have one hole, and the 2-hole Dobble beads, which as you can see here have 2 holes on either side. I also have some 6mm 20 gauge jump rings. I have a 15mm lobster clasp. You're going to need 2 beading needles, and I have size 12 here. A couple of chain nose pliers to help me with those jump rings. I'm going to be using the FireLine in the smoke color to hide it nicely among my black beads here. I have a trusty thread zap, and I also have a mandrel and a ruler to help show how to size it, and I'll show you how to do that at the very end. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's the design we're going to be working with here, and I'm actually just going to set that aside for right now. Go ahead and take 2 needles and your thread, and for this you're only going to be using probably about a wingspan worth of thread, which for most people is usually 3 to 4 feet. So I'm just going to zap it off. And if you haven't used a thread zap before, we do have a full video showing you how to do that, but it's quite easy. And I'm just going to thread both of my needles. And a little trick, just go ahead and pinch the bottom there, and it makes it nice and flat, so it makes it a little bit easier to thread. Go and pull that down, and now I'm just going to do my other side very quickly. There we go. And again, just pull that down maybe till there's about a foot or so. Now I have both needles on one length of thread. Okay? So to begin, I'm going to pick up 5 of the 7 O seed beads and just slide those down until they come all the way to the center of my thread there. Okay? Now I'm going to pick up 1 of the silver, just one, 1 of the silver on my right needle, and 1 of the silver wheel beads on my left needle. These are a little tough to get on the needle. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to slide those both down. This is what I have so far. So now I'm going to take 1 of the 2-hole Dobble beads, and I'm going to pick up one side on my right needle and take my left needle through the other side. So now you can really see how those 2 holes are. Keeping your needles on their right sides, take the right out to the right, take the left out to the left, and go ahead and pull that all the way down. And you might need to kind of just wiggle it around so that those wheel beads sit right next to each other, just like so. So now I'm going to move these a little bit closer to my work area. I'm going to pick up another wheel bead on my right hand needle and slide that down. Another wheel bead on my left hand needle and slide that guy down. And now On my right hand needle, I'm going to pick up one of the top drilled drucks, slide that down. Same thing on my left hand needle, pick up one of those top drilled drucks and slide that guy down. So you can kind of see what's forming here. Again, pick up a silver wheel bead and another silver wheel bead. There we go. Slide those down. And now I'm going to pick up another 2-hole Dobble bead. Slide that through. Again, make sure to keep your needles on their appropriate sides. And now you can kind of see that we have one little unit forming right there. Okay? And again, you're going to pick up on your right hand needle another wheel bead, slide that down. Left hand needle, another wheel bead, and slide that down. Now, here's where it gets a little different. You're going to take one black seed bead on each needle and go ahead and slide that guy down. And now we're going to pick up one of our white luster wheel beads onto each needle. Go ahead and slide that down. Another seed bead onto each needle. Slide that down. There we go. And now another silver wheel bead and slide that down. And now we're going to pick up a 2-hole Dobble bead onto both needles. Come on. There we go. Again, keeping your needles on their respective sides. And now we can kind of start putting that all together just like so. So that is sort of one full unit. So now I'm just going to repeat onto the other side here, and you can kind of see how it starts to develop like this. So I'm going to do the rest of my weaving, and then I'm going to come back to show you how to finish it off. Okay, so now I've come to the end of my weaving, but before I tie it off at the end, I do want to point out a couple of things about sizing for yourself. So I've done in this colorway, in the gray and green, I've done 5 major units. Now, just to show you on a ruler here, with the clasp, of course, it comes out to about 7 inches. But when I go ahead and clasp my bracelet, there we go. When I clasp it and put it on a mandrel, it comes out to about 6 1/4, almost 6 1/2. And it's just because the beads are so thick. So you will want to keep that in mind as you're doing your bracelet. You can either add an extra unit, which will add about another 1.5 inches to the bracelet here. Or what you can do is you can add jump rings here to create a little extender. So that's a little note on how to help you size this bracelet to make it fit you. I like this size. It's about the size of my wrist. So I'm going to just go ahead and finish it off. And to do that, so I've come to the end and I've put my last 2 silver wheel beads on. I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads on my needle here. And this is my right needle. So I'm just going to go up and down and around and through this Dobble bead here and down through the next one there. So I've just followed the thread path back and down. Okay, so now I'm going to put my right needle onto my left side, and this is the only time that they're going to cross over. So now this is my left needle, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up through these 5 seed beads here. And you'll see they're a little loose, but I'll show you how to tighten those in just a moment. And follow it, and again, go down through the next few beads there. There we go. I'm coming out that Dobble bead. So now, once they're both down there, you can just kind of tighten those up, just like so. Okay? Now, if you want some more stability to this, you can follow the thread path all the way back down and tie it off on this end. But for this video, I'm just going to tie it off here just to kind of show you how to officially add that lobster clasp to finish it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go behind that thread and go up and make a little loop and pull that tight. I'm going to go down through the next bead and again pull and make a little knot. And now I'm just going to go down through the next bead there and take my needle off and thread zap just right there to hide that. And you're just going to repeat that on the other side here. And I'm going to flip mine over just because I'm right-handed, so it helps me visualize it. So again, just go behind that thread, make a little loop, tie it. And because it's getting tighter, it might be a little harder to get your needle through there. So just go down and again, catch that thread. Go. Pull it through the loop, pull tight, and go down through the next couple of beads. Let's go through that last one. And there you go. And again, heat up my thread zap, zap off. And this is what I have for my bracelet here. And put those two aside. And now, very simply, I'm just going to take my pliers here. Again, this is a 6mm 20 gauge jump ring. And just open that up. And I'm just going to slip it through that 7/0 seed bead. Going to attach my lobster clasp and close that up. Nice and tight so your jump ring is nice and flush. Move to the other side here. And I'm just going to pop that one so it makes a little arrow up at the top there. Open my jump ring. Loop it through. And close it. And there you go. All finished. That is how to make a really fun and quick and easy bracelet using the Czech glass wheel beads, the 2-hole Dobble beads, and the top drilled drucks. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can find all of these supplies listed below and at Beadaholique.com.